Shalom. Give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles for the edification and knowledge. With the Wadi Ba'ashim Yasham for putting the spirit of the elders and apostles so we can learn regarding this truth and knowledge. Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakadash. Give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakadash. I want to go to 2nd Ezra 15, basically what goes on every day. Second Ezra 15 and 14, woe unto the world and them that dwell therein. So that's a woe is a warning for destruction, for pretty much what's going to happen for the people that dwell therein, man. For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another with swords in their hands. Race wars, people, different category groups of people against other different groups, category groups of people. And the sword is the modern day gun, for example, is the sword of today, and other forms of weaponry used as the self-defense purposes, man. 16, for there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. And you see in sedition, mutiny, uprising, insurrections all over the world. It's happening all over. You also see an increase of smash and grabs in California, Oakland, San Francisco, various high retail or high price retail type stores like Louis Vuitton and different types of stores, pretty much high end value stores. And you're seeing a lot of smash and grabs. So you're seeing regarding the state of the mindset of the state of the mindset regarding the state and condition of the people, man. Their mindset, So let's read it again. They're not regarding authorities. And they're not regarding they're not pretty much regarding the rules of the land, man. They're doing what they want to do, man. So that mind state, that certain mind state they have, and they're pretty much doing what they want to do, man. There shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So they taking the power in the course of actions back into their hands, man. And they not regarding the kings and princes. And you seeing a lot of that civil unrest, pretty much high levels of disobedience, man, regarding authorities, man. For example, I just said, man, the smash and grabs, people breaking into these stores, retail stores, and pretty much doing what they want. In some places, they don't even do nothing about it, man. They allow them to do it, man. But the point is, it relates to the state and condition of what's going on in society and how it affiliates, it coordinates with part of prophecy, man. "17, a man shall desire to go into a city and should not be able to." Martial law. Medical martial law, we had earlier forms of that. You have lockdowns, I believe that's Australia on lockdown. Various other cities, Great Britain were, New Zealand, different other countries regarding their cities within their respective countries. Martial law lockdown. Curfews, essential travel only, pretty much needing permission to go to and fro You have to have some kind of verification of paperwork to move to and fro, or have their permission to go to and fro. A form of a verification, man. A form of a pass to go to and fro. So that's what times we're in, man. 18. For because of their pride, cities shall be troubled. 2 Ezra 8:50. For many great misery shall be done in the latter times because they walked in great pride. Paraphrasing. That pride is the reason why these cities are having trouble, man. And the houses shall be destroyed, men shall be afraid, relating to the state and condition of what things that's going to be happening, man. There's going to come a time where the city's going to be in really, really trouble. And the houses will be destroyed, they'll be invaded, and men, women, children will be afraid. There will be a high level of fear among the people, man. And all this is because of the pride. That's why these calamities are coming upon these people, man. 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. So he ain't going to have no pity upon his neighbor when they need food, when they need supplies, when their stuff is running low, when they're desperate, in that desperate state of mind. They're going to break in. If they think it's something in there, they're going to go in there and get it, man. And have some kind of, use some kind of weapon to get in there. That's the state of how these people are going to be, man. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses. With the sword and spoil their goods because of a lack of bread, famine, lack of bread, food, supplies, different things. That's why they're breaking in. That's why they're going to break in and destroy the houses using the sword, the modern day gun, to spoil their goods, ravage their goods and everything that's in the house. Go to let's go to Isaiah 19:2. I'll start at 1. The bird of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud. The cloud is a chariot, and shall come into Egypt. And Egypt will be Babylon, America. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Because the Lord's presence is going to be that intense, man. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. That's the citizen versus the citizen. Modern day citizen versus citizen. And they shall fight everyone against his brother. So that's that dissension within the brother. So people that were once friends are going to become enemies, man. Fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor. City against city. Kingdom against kingdom, man. And that's what you're seeing. You're seeing a little of that now, man. That division that's being set forth, man. And the spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they that seek to idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. That goes to sorcery and witchcraft. And the Egyptian I will give over into a hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king rule over. And that's what's happened. That fierce king, for when the righteous are in authority, people will rejoice. But when the people, Shalakia, Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, people mourn. So the wicked's in power, man. So people are mourning because the wicked's in power. They're in position of power. And the Egyptians will I give over to the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts, man. So that's what's happening. You have the ones in power, man. For the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. Job 9:24. Proverbs 29:2. That last part of Proverbs 29:2. When the wicked beareth rule, people mourn. We got to bear the rule of unrighteous ones in power, man. They in charge of everything. They control 1% that control 99% of the population. They're the ones in power, man. So we got to bear the rule of them, man. And they rule unrighteously, and they rule where it doesn't benefit, man. Isaiah 10:1, talking about woe to that right unrighteous decrees and grievous which they prescribe, man. So everything they do is grievous to the majority of the population, man. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. We in perilous times. Perilous times is bad times. Bad times, things that's bad that's happening, man. And that's all part of prophecy, man. The division. Think not that I come to send peace, but a sword. I come not to say peace on earth, but nay, but division, man. Luke 12:51. Matthew's 10:34. That division's being set forth, man. You can see this, the mind state of these people, the spirit that's on these people, man. So let you know that time, what kind of times we're in, man. And men shall be lover of themselves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. So ungrateful, some of the guns, man. Trying to cut my language down. So that's the mindset of these people, man. Without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent. Incontinent means lack of control. Fierce despisers of those that are good, man. Trady, heedy, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God. These scriptures I'm reading relates to the certain characteristics people are going to have currently right now, and definitely the times to come. And having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from which turn away. For of this sort are they which creep into houses, lay silly captive women, laden with sins, lust, lead away with different lusts, pretty much taking advantage of impressionable type individuals, man, causing them to sin and doing different things, man. Ever learning and never able to come into the knowledge of the truth. Never learning, man. Because they were blinded. The knowledge of truth relates to this truth and knowledge, man. Now, Janus and Jambres, which are sorcerers or necromancers, sorcerers. They were sorcerers or practice witchcraft. Moses, let me read that again. Now, Janus and Jambres withstood Moses. And those two are sorcerers, man. They into black magic. So do these also resist the truth. Men of corrupt and reprobate. Reprobate is pretty much a person that's unprincipled, a scoundrel in the matter of speaking. Now, as Janus and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth. Men of corrupt minds reprobate concerning the faith. But they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be manifest into all men, as theirs also was. And that means the ones before, man. That folly and foolishness that was in the ancient, that they did back then, is going to be manifest now, man. That folly and foolishness, because nothing is new under the sun. Let's go to Isaiah 5:20, man. Woe unto them that call evil good. There was a video I was looking at, one of the brothers talking about in one of the schools in North Carolina. There was a graphic cartoon, in a very inappropriate cartoon put in these schools, you know, and in North Carolina, and the lieutenant governor was pretty much blasting on that, man. You know, so we live in a society, for example, of that. That's a perfect example. Woe unto them that call evil good. That would be evil, man, because it's manipulating in the impressionable minds of children, man. It's confusing them. And there's enough things in this society that's confusing without adding more confusion that already is greatly confused anyway. We'll read that again, Isaiah 5:20. Woe to them that call evil good, and good evil. The woe is for destruction, man. But that put darkness for light, and light for darkness. That put bitter for sweet, and sweet for bitter, man. So it's backwards, it's confusion, man. So evil is celebrated, embraced, and looked at as good. And good is hated and despised and looked at as bad, man. That's turning and twisting things around, man. For example, with the putting that cartoon, graphic cartoon in the libraries and those schools in North Carolina, man. That's evil, man. That's abomination, man. Where it can confuse the children, man. It's sexually cartoon graphic illustrations of different things, man. They were putting into the libraries. One of the brothers doing a video on that. So that's very evil, man. But they will call that in this society good, because in this society everything in this society is confusion, man. But that confusion is looked at and celebrated and embraced, man, as normal, man. That's why this place is Babylon. Babylon is Babel, which means confusion, man. So it's appropriate. That confused city, man. So, this is something short. A few scriptures relating to what's going on in society a little bit. I hope it helps. This is Brother Zayab. I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Rakakadash Shalom.